Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. The Lakers start the season with practically the same squad as last year. The two biggest additions are coach J.J. Redick and rookie Dalton Knecht. The Lakers still have the very strong duo of LeBron and Davis, but to go further, they have Dalton Knecht, who had a great preseason and has everything to take off and be a great player. The Lakers also face the inconstancy of two players, D'Angelo Russell and Rui Hachimura, who are unable to maintain the same level throughout the season. The Los Angeles Lakers announced Jared Vanderbilt, right foot injury recovery, Christian Wood, right knee injury recovery, and Christian Koloko, return to competition reconditioning, have been ruled out for opening night of the 2024-25 season against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Vanderbilt is recovering from off-season procedures to both his feet, while Wood is rehabbing a knee injury. The two frontcourt players were expected to miss the start of the regular season, particularly Vanderbilt, whom head coach J.J. Redick said is progressing but not ready to return to play just yet. During the preseason, the lack of frontcourt depth was apparent as Redick was forced to give Jackson Hayes extended playing time at the center position. The team also waived Colin Castleton to give Quincy Olivari their final two-way contract spot, thus sapping their center depth more. Vanderbilt's absence will be felt the most as he is Los Angeles's best perimeter defender and their most versatile piece defensively because of his size, length, and hustle. Offensively, Vanderbilt is limited to putbacks and layups, but has shown some flashes of being able to knock down the corner three. Meanwhile, Wood would be an ideal partner for Anthony Davis in the frontcourt because of his ability to space the floor from beyond the arc. Redick is already encouraging players to shoot more from the three-point line, so Wood should have the green light once he's ready to return. Without Vanderbilt or Wood available, Davis is expected to play the bulk of his minutes at center, with Hayes acting as his primary backup. Redick experimented with two big lineups of Davis and Hayes, and while they performed well in limited minutes, it's hard to see that being a consistent look without another big man on the roster. Probable Lakers starting lineup for today's game: Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Ottens Reeves, Rui Hachimura, and D'Angelo Russell. 3 keys to the Lakers defeating the Timberwolves in 2024-25 regular season opener. Anthony Davis and the Los Angeles Lakers will begin the 2024-25 regular season with a massive challenge. The day has finally arrived. After months of anticipation, the Los Angeles Lakers will officially begin the 2024-25 NBA regular season by hosting the Minnesota Timberwolves in what could be an early leg in the race for Defensive Player of the Year. As Los Angeles looks to kick the regular season off with a home victory, it's faced with the daunting task of overcoming a 2024 Western Conference finalist. The Lakers began the offseason by making the change from Darvin Ham to first-year head coach J.J. Redick. Not to be outdone, the Timberwolves parted with former franchise player Karl-Anthony Towns after 9 seasons. The question is, what must the Lakers do to be the new-look team that begins their new chapter with a victory? Anthony Davis versus Rudy Gobert. In a clash between two of the best big men in the NBA, Anthony Davis will go up against 4-time and reigning Defensive Player of the Year Rudy Gobert. It's an encounter that will be essential to determining the outcome of the game. Some might misguidedly point to Gobert's defense as the only area in which he could harm the Lakers, but his offensive rebounding could prove just as devastating. In 2023-24, Gobert ranked number 2 in the NBA in offensive rebounds per game at 3.8. That's bad news for Los Angeles, which finished at number 27 in second-chance points allowed, and there really isn't anyone beyond Davis to help in that regard. Davis will need to turn in a strong offensive performance, as well, but limiting the number of second chances that Gobert creates will be essential if Los Angeles hopes to move to 1-0. On the offensive end of the floor, Davis will be giving the NBA its first look at his new role as the hub of the Lakers' offense. For what it's worth, during Los Angeles's only win over Minnesota last season, Davis tallied 27 points, 10 offensive rebounds, and 5 assists. It's unlikely that he'll reproduce those numbers, but it's clear that Davis's versatility on offense is the greatest form of kryptonite the Lakers have for the Timberwolves' #1 ranked defense. Contain Anthony Edwards. The most obvious task that the Lakers must accomplish is preventing Timberwolves superstar Anthony Edwards from going off. Edwards will be looking to exploit whichever matchups the Lakers send his way, with Austin Reeves' past defensive inconsistency likely to be a focal point for Chris Finch's team. It'll take a team effort and consistently high energy from Reeves to get the job done, but if the Lakers can contain Edwards, they'll have a chance to win. Edwards is going to produce big numbers, and there's nothing Los Angeles can do about that. It's the nature of the beast whenever the opposition is an all-NBA level player, let alone one who's already made a deep playoff run at 23 years of age. The Lakers may be able to prevent Edwards from truly taking over, however, which will be essential to the team's effort to secure an opening night victory. Run Minnesota off the three-point line, kind of. The Lakers faced the Timberwolves 4 times in 2023-24, and 3 of those 4 games played out in a recognizable fashion. Minnesota turned to its shooters to overwhelm Los Angeles's questionable perimeter defense, and they consistently came up big. If the Lakers hope to defeat the Timberwolves in the 2024-25 regular season opener, they'll need to be able to run the opposition off the three-point line, with a key exception, of course. Minnesota averaged 13.7 three-point field goals made during its 3 wins over Los Angeles in 2023-24. During the one game that the Lakers won, they held the opposition to 10 three-point field goals made, a difference of 11.1 points per game via the three-point shot. It should come as no surprise that the game during which the Timberwolves made their fewest threes against the Lakers was played without Towns. Anthony Davis focused on being dominant in every game. Now, heading into this season, Davis will have even more responsibilities as new head coach J.J. Redick plans to make Davis an offensive center for the Lakers and pass more things through him as both a scorer and point guard. For the Lakers to be the best, Davis needs to be the best player on the court, and he is ready to do just that. The big man spoke about this after a recent practice, when Davis said he is focused on dominating every Lakers game and being even better than last year, via ESPN's Dave McMenamin. Always be aggressive on the court, be dominant in every game. Do my job, do my part, and help this team do what we have to do. Face a confrontation defensively, take on an offensive role, be the leader of this team, accompany us in games, in the playoffs, whatever the cost. We can't depend too much on our individual games. Obviously it's a team effort in what we're trying to build, but for me personally, just taking responsibility to make sure I'm even better than I was last year.